Welcome back to the Shopify Growth Labs podcast, the show where we dig into the real numbers behind running a Shopify store. I'm Alex, and today we're answering a question that quietly costs merchants money. Which payment gateway should you actually use? Maya, you set these up for a living, so let's start simple. What even is a payment gateway?
Great place to start, because people mix up the terms constantly. A payment gateway is basically the secure messenger at checkout. It captures your customer's card details and routes the authorization request. And it's what decides whether the card is accepted or declined.
And that's different from a payment processor?
Right. The processor is the part that actually moves the money between the customer's bank and yours after the gateway approves it. They're often bundled together. And on Shopify, there's a third thing, Shopify Payments, which is both roles in one, built right in.
So if it's built in, is that just the default answer for most people?
For most stores, honestly, yes. Shopify Payments activates from your admin with no separate contract. And here's the key part. It's the only option that carries no third-party transaction fee. You just pay the card processing rate for your plan.
And those rates change by plan?
They do. They drop as you move up. Online, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents on basic, and it falls toward 2.25% plus 30 cents on plus. So higher volume stores on bigger plans pay a lower rate per sale.
What about this Shop Pay thing everyone mentions? Is that just marketing?
No, it's real, and it's a big reason Shopify Payments is the default. Shop Pay is the accelerated checkout, and Shopify reports it can lift conversion by as much as 50% compared to guest checkout. The product lead at Everlane put it well. She said people get through checkout faster with Shop Pay than with all their other payment methods.
50% is not nothing. Okay, so if Shopify Payments is this good, why would anyone use anything else?
Two reasons, really. One is availability. Shopify Payments only works if your business is in a supported country, and it covers dozens of them, but not all. The other is that some businesses have specialized needs. But there's a catch you need to know about the moment you look at an outside gateway.
This sounds like the part that surprises people on their bill.
It absolutely is. When you take payments through any provider other than Shopify Payments, Shopify adds a third-party transaction fee on those orders. And that's on top of whatever the gateway itself charges to process the card. So you're effectively paying two fees on the same sale.
How much are we talking?
It depends entirely on your plan. It's 2% on basic, 1% on grow, 0.6% on advanced, and 0.2% on plus. So the bigger your plan, the smaller that surcharge gets.
Can you make that a real number for me?
Sure. Take a store on the Grow plan doing $10,000 a month in card sales through an outside gateway. Grow's surcharge is 1%, so Shopify adds $100 a month, purely for using an outside provider, before the gateway's own fees. That same $10,000 would cost $200 on basic and just $20 on plus.
So the plan you're on really swings that number.
A lot. And here's what people forget. That surcharge is not refunded when you refund an order. So in a high return category, it quietly eats into your margin. For newer stores created after May 12, 2025, it even applies to orders paid with store credit or gift cards.
Ouch. Is there any way to avoid it while still offering other options?
Yes, and this is the important part. Shopify weaves the fee for 4 kinds of orders. Anything through Shopify Payments, Shop Pay, PayPal Express Checkout, and manual methods like cash on delivery or bank transfer. So keeping Shopify Payments active alongside other methods is what protects you.
What if I run a third-party gateway and Shopify Payments side by side?
That's where there's a subtle trap. In that mixed setup, your Shopify Payments transactions, including Shop Pay, get charged at standard rates plus a 1.25% premium. So bolting on an outside gateway can quietly raise the cost of the orders you were already taking cleanly.
Okay, so let's say Shopify Payments genuinely isn't the fit. Maybe it's not available where I am. What are my options?
You've got a lot of company there. Shopify supports more than 100 third-party providers. The ones merchants shortlist most are PayPal, Authorize.net, Braintree, Molly, Adyen, and WorldPay. But their rates are all over the map, and some are quoted in different currencies.
Give me a sense of the spread.
Sure. PayPal's U.S. checkout rate runs about 3.49% plus 49 cents. Authorize.net's all-in-one is $25 a month plus 2.9% plus 30 cents. Braintree, which PayPal owns, shows 2.89% plus 29 cents. Molly is Europe first at 1.8% plus 25 euro cents on EEA cards. And Adyen and WorldPay are really built for large global businesses, often on custom pricing.
And I still add Shopify's surcharge on top of all of those?
Every time. That's the number one mistake, comparing a gateway's headline rate to Shopify payments and forgetting the surcharge. Always add it before you compare, or you're not comparing like for like.
You mentioned PayPal in there. Isn't PayPal already on my store?
It usually is, and it plays two roles, which confuses people. PayPal Express Checkout gets set up automatically on new stores as an extra way to pay, and that version is surcharge-free. But PayPal can also act as a fuller gateway through Braintree, and in that role, it's a third-party provider like any other, so the standard rates and surcharge apply.
Is it worth offering PayPal at all if I've got Shopify Payments?
Usually yes, because buyers expect choices. Baymard's checkout research found 10% of people who abandoned their cart blamed too few payment methods. Pairing Shopify Payments with PayPal Express covers the two options most shoppers look for, and neither one adds a surcharge.
Let me ask the question everyone's really thinking. When does a third-party gateway actually win?
A few clear cases. First, necessity. If Shopify Payments isn't offered in your country, a compatible gateway is simply how you accept cards, and the surcharge is unavoidable. Second, capability. If you're high risk or need specialized underwriting, Shopify Payments can't provide. And third, a rate gap wide enough that even after the surcharge, you still come out ahead.
And if none of those apply?
Then the math almost always says stay on Shopify Payments. Let me give you the comparison. For that same grocery store, Shopify Payments runs about $330 a month all in, while a third-party gateway plus the 1% surcharge comes out closer to $475. That's roughly $145 more for the same sales.
What about Stripe? People always ask about Stripe.
Good one. Stripe isn't offered as a standalone gateway you can just add on Shopify. If you're not eligible for Shopify Payments, you can contact Shopify support and ask them to review your eligibility for enabling Stripe. Otherwise, you pick from the compatible providers for your region.
Say I decide to switch gateways. How do I do that without breaking checkout?
It's low risk if you sequence it. Only the store owner can change the provider, not staff. And Shopify only lets one credit card provider be active at a time, so activating a new one replaces the old. The trick is, don't delete the old provider right away.
Why keep the old one around?
Because it stays available for things like refunds on earlier orders. So you hold onto it until every order placed under it has cleared its refund window. And before you rely on the new one, run a real test transaction and confirm a payout actually lands.
That's a good reminder. Payouts. Does the gateway choice change how I get paid?
It does. With Shopify Payments, funds settle on Shopify schedule, right into your bank, and you see it all in the admin. With a third-party gateway, that provider owns the payout timing and reporting, so you're reconciling in two places instead of one. All right, give me the one-line takeaway for a store owner listening right now. If Shopify Payments is available and your needs are standard, use it. No surcharge, lower rates, and faster checkout with ShopPay. Reach for a third-party gateway only on necessity, a genuine capability need, or a rate gap wide enough to beat the surcharge. And always model the all-in cost, not the headline rate. Perfect. If you want the full breakdown, the rate tables, a surcharge calculator you can plug your own numbers into, and a quiz that matches your store to the right setup, it's all in the complete guide on the Shopify Growth Labs blog. Maya, thanks for making the fees make sense. Anytime. Go ready your numbers before you switch.